Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the left hand side of the screen, you will see a figure, and the figure shows the two views of a regular hexagonal prism and a regular square prism that are merging together. So in the video, we're told to redraw the given figure that you can see at the left hand side of the screen, and also we should draw the curve of intersection, which is the interpenetrating arc, and also we should also complete the end elevation, and also we should draw the development of the interpenetrating arc. So first of all, to cut the long story short, let us kick into business and redraw what you can see on the left hand side of the screen. So let's kick start. Now, I will start from the plan because this is the plan here and it's hexagonal in shape. And you know you can get an hexagon through a circle, especially when you're using across corners. So I'll just take this and I'm going to draw an horizontal line this way. Can you see that? And also, I will now draw a vertical line this way too. Can you see that? And they are meeting at this point here. And since it is only one side of the hexagon, hexagon means 6 sides. Out of the 6 sides, only one side is given, and that side is given to be what? 34, right? So I'm going to take my instrument, my compass, and I'm going to measure 34 from it. So from 0, this is 34 here. Can you see that? And I'll place it at this point, and I'm going to draw a circle this way. Faint line. Hope you can see that. Now, once I have done that, the next thing I'll do is to draw my hexagon. Now, we're told that the angle it is inclined is at an angle of what? 15 degree. Is that taken? So we'll come in that sooner than later. So I want to use this to draw the base of the elevation because it is not given. So now what I'll just do simply is I am going to project this upward. Sides of the circle, project this upward. I'll also project this upward. Faint line. Hope you can see that. So at any given distance, as long as it's not touching the circumference of the circle, I'm going to draw a line this way, which I'm going to take in. Then the height of the elevation is given to be what? 70. So I'm going to measure 70 from 0 to 70. From 0 to what? 70. So I'll just take my instrument and I will taking this one out this way, right? And I will also close it up this way. Is that okay? Now this is the elevation there. So there's something coming out like the hexagonal, the regular square prism that is penetrating this. We're only given the end view, the front part of the end view. So we use this end view to draw this, but before that we need to get the center of it. And they told us that from this base here, where my arrow is pointing to somewhere around here is what, which is the center is 35, right? So I'm going to take my instrument and I'm going to measure 35. So from 0 to 35 here. and I'll draw an horizontal line this way. Hope you can see that. Now the next thing I'll do is I can virtually pick any point here. Any given point here, I can pick it. Let's say I'm picking here. I can call that point to be my point 1. Then I'll take my instrument. We're told that this is inclined at 45 degrees. And when I place my instrument this way, this is my 45 degree set square. And if I move it to this point, at my point 1, I'll draw a line this way. Can you see that? But we are told we're not, if you look at the diagram, we're not given there, but most times it changes. It can be 40, it can be 42, it can be anything. That is one side of the square. Since they say it's regular, means all the sides will be what? Also the same thing. So I'll just measure 40. I'll just choose 40. Is that again? So I'll just choose 40. So when I choose the 40 here, so from 0 to 4, give me to be what? 40. This is 40 here. So I can easily tick in it because that's what I actually need. Can you see that? So once I've done that 40, so with the help of my instrument, I'll move the other end also. So here will be my 1, here will be my what? My 2.2. And I'll project it up again, which I'll tick in. And here will be my 1 again. 1, 2, 1. Then I'll still move it again. Use my faint line first. Then where this line and this line meet, I'll take in this. Then I can now take in this. So here also will be what? My point 2. So we are going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we together? Now, the next thing I'll just do here is project the ends. These 2 points here, I'll project it to touch the body of this hexagonal prism, and this also to join the hexagonal prism. Can you see that? Now, if you notice this point here and this point here, we're not told that the hexagonal, the regular square prism is entering this at a distance of what? 50 millimeter, as you can see from the plan, 50. So from here now, I'm going to measure 50. So measuring the 50, I'll have my, from this point is 5 to 0 is 50. So which will now help me in turn to actually taking this, and also I'll taking this, and also I'll taking this, and also I'll taking this, right? And also I'll bring this up to this point and this to this point. Can you see that? Now the next thing I'm going to do here is with the same distance. You should recall that the distance from this point to this point is the same as saying distance from this point to this point. Is that taken? So what I will just do simply, I can easily just bring this out a little bit so that this will be meeting this. I'll use my faint line first since I'm not sure the extent of it. So touch here, and this also will touch here. Is that okay? So now I can easily draw my hexagonal what? My hexagonal prism. So where this line touches here, let me extend this a little bit so you see what I'm talking about. when this line touches here or here, you're going to construct an angle of what? 15 degree. That degree you see here, 15. So with the help of my protractor, I can easily bring out my 15 degree. So when I place it this way, let this point here be coincide to, as in should be on the same point. That point and this point should coincide. They should. So this is what we have here. Can you see that? So this is 0, 10, and this is what? 15 degree. So I will now take my instrument and draw a line that is going to pass from this point to where I draw this line. What I actually need is this point where it's meeting the circumference here. That is what I need. So this will be my point 1 of the hexagon. So we are told it is 34. So we know from here to here is 34. And I'll place it at this point 1 and I'll mark to get what? Point 2. Can you see that? So this is the point 2. I'll come again. I can easily come from here and I'll mark again. I'll have point 3, point 4, point 5, and what? Point 6. So I'm going to join those points together, which I'm going to tick in it. So from here, I'll tick in this. From here also, I'll tick in this. Similarly, from here too, I'll tick in this. Also from here also, I'll tick in this. Also from here too, I'll tick in this. Then here, I'll tick in this. Can we see that? Then after I've done that, I'm only replicating what I have in my left hand side of the screen. I'll now draw this from this point here, and I'll tick in it to touch here, and from this point here, and I'll tick in it to touch here. These are taken. Then I am going to close here up this way. Can you see that? So I can easily call here because of avoid this to disturb me here. So I can easily just call here to be A. I'll call here to be B. Here to be C. D. This is E. This is F. And A back. So let's put it that way. Right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll just draw, if you realize now, I've successfully reproduced the figure that you can see at the left hand side of the screen. Right? Now we want to draw the first thing, which is the development of the curve of what? Intersection. So when I do that, I'll take my instrument at any given distance, very close to this. Remember, it is standing on my t-square. Then I'll draw this downward. I'll draw this downward. Can you see that? I'll call it my y plane. Right? Then I'll come again to get my xx plane. So if I come here this and at any given distance here, so this is my x plane. Are we together? So what I will not do, I will not, as if you are drawing your orthographic projection, this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and what? Fourth quadrant is in first angle projection. Then I will take my instrument, this is where x and y is meeting, and I'm going to project a 45-degree angle here in this manner. Hope you can see that. So now if I project these two ends, you discover that this is point 1 and also point 1. How did I mean? If I project these two ends here and this end here too, touching the inclined line, you discover that that what we did, what I actually did is you draw this line down and this line this way, where they meet will be a point. You draw this down also and you project this where they meet another point, then you draw an inclined line that will pass through both of them. So this your point will be point 1, it is 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 also. I hope you get that. So the reason is this line must be like this line, so they must be equally spaced. So let's proceed, please. Now we're looking from up this way. We have been projecting this plan this way. So if I should do that, I am going to see here, right? So I'll use my thick line. I'm going to see here. I'll also use my thick line, right? Then this part here I cannot see it if I'm looking at it from the down here. So here will be hidden line. So these are those lines that you're seeing. Then here also hidden line too. Right? Then that's what we have. Now, after we've done that, the show should complete the end view. So what I'll simply do is I'll just project the circumference of this circle this way, or just the edge here, topmost edge here. I'll project it, and also this topmost edge here also. I'll project it. So you just point there, and I'm going to take up like this. And here also like this. Then I am going to close it up to this line you projected. Is this. So I'll thicken it. And the other one too from here. I'll thicken it. And I'll close here too. And I'll close here too. That's what I just did. So looking at it from this side, this face here, this is what you'll be seeing all together. And I can easily just close here up too. And here up. Then similarly, I can do here too, this way. So let's move. Now the next thing that we will be doing here is to get the curve of intersection. So let's do that and see. Now this is point 1 and this is point 1, right? So where it meets the side of the hexagon, I am going to project it up. So where point 1, let me start from this base here because I can see that. So this is where I'm starting from. This is 1 here. So if I project that one up, it's point A here, I'll be having this. Can you see that? Now this A you see, this is the end here, coming here. Can you see that? 1 is coming and 1 is meeting this point and is going up. So where 1 meets 1, this point 1. Are you with me? Where the line of 1 meets this point here, I take it up, that is point 1. Now, if you come to the next point also, here, if I should project it up, or this point A here, if I should project it up, point F, then I take point F2 to this point to touch here. Then if I project point F up to, so point F is cutting here, so I'll call it to be my point A, and what? My point B, because it's cutting this point. Then I'm going to take it this way. B will come, and also A will come. So when B and A cut here will be a point. So there will be point A and what? Point B. These 2 points you're seeing here. Are we there? Now the next one is we're still at this point here. So if I should come to the next one, this is 1 again, and 1 is meeting here. So where 1 meets 1. So let's take that up. So I take this up. So where the line of 1 meets 1 again is here. So this is another 1 here. Is that taken? So to actually help ourselves, we have 1, 2. We are still dealing with 1. So this is 1. And to get 2, if I project this downward, touching here, and if I take it this way, this is where it is meeting this. That is point 2, right? So if I should project it up at this point, you discover that point 2 is meeting point 2 here, and also point 2 here also. Can you see what I'm doing now? Then the next one is D. All together. So the next one is we want to do E. So if we do for the point of E, this is what we have in here. We're only focusing on the curve of what? This regular square prism. That's what we're focusing on. So the other one inside there is E. So if I project E this way, I'll take it up. Now E is cutting here. Let me call it to be C and what? And D. And this point E, I can easily project it up. This is what we have here. This is a line of what? Of E. So when I project C, where C cuts E will be another point C, and where D cuts line of E also will be another point D. Can you see that? So now I will now join those points. Remember, we are only focusing on this thickness here. So that we're not considering all these points here because they are outside this regular square prism. So we'll now start joining. Now if we start 2, everything here, let's see, everything here will be seen. From this point you see E, you'll be seeing F, A. This point here and this particular point here that we have here that I projected up with point 1. So we see those points. So if you look at this, 1 is connected to 2. No, 1 is what? This 1. So 1 here, which is this one you see. Can you see this one? We're talking about this one. And this one, we have A and B on site. And this is A and B. So 1 is connected to A and B. I don't know if you understand what I'm passing on here. One is connected to what? A and B. So I can easily remove this thickness here. Should be an hidden line that will be here. So this, let's come up and remove this, so that place will be free. Right? Then after one is connected to A and B, then A is connected to 2 and B is connected to 2. So A here, B is connected to 2, and A is connected to 2. Can you see that? Then the next one is 2 is connected to C. Altogether, these two here to be hidden, because anything at this side now you cannot see it. Anything you cannot see it. So 2 is connected to C. So use hidden line because you cannot see that part. Then 2 and 2 is also connected to what? To D. Come here, connect 2 to D. Then 2 is connected to 1. The one we're talking about now is this one. This is the one here. Right? Then hidden line. D is connected to 1. And also B is connected to 1. And also C is connected to 1 also. Hope you can see that. So that is what we have. Then C back to 2. So this is what we have when you are to construct what you can see there. So the rest here is just hidden line because you cannot see the other side of it. So I can just use hidden line here, but this is what we have. So successfully connected, draw the curve of intersection here. This is our curve of intersection. We are done with the front elevation, the plan, and and the end view. So the next thing we have to do here is to draw the development of this figure. Is that taken? So if you're actually finding the video helpful, please don't forget to like and also subscribe.